Let's learn how to crochet a tulip. The yarns used are yellow and green, the yellow yarn. Now, to begin. The first round is to crochet 7 chain stitches. Then, wrap the yarn around your index finger. Wrap it once. Then turn it around and hold it in place. Hold it. Then, insert the hook from below. Pull the yarn through. After pulling the yarn through, crochet 7 more chain stitches. To crochet the chain stitches, this is how you wrap the yarn. Then, pull the yarn through. Here is another demo of chain stitch. Now I will demo how to crochet a chain stitch. Here, use a chain stitch as the foundation chain. First, make a chain stitch. A chain stitch is the foundation chain. If you are going to make single crochet, next, 1 chain stitch as the foundation chain is enough. If you need to make a half double crochet, you need to make 2 chain stitches as the foundation chain. For a double crochet, make 3 chain stitches. For a double crochet, foundation chain. Make 3 chain stitches as the foundation chain, and so on. The taller the stitch, the more chain stitches you need for the foundation chain. Three chain stitches are the foundation chain for a double crochet. A double crochet requires a yarn over. Insert the hook into the stitch and bring the yarn over. There are 3 loops on the hook. Pull the yarn through the first 2 loops. Then pull the yarn through the last 2 loops. A double crochet height requires 2 yarn overs. So you need to make 3 chain stitches as the foundation chain. Remove 3 chain stitches. Change to 2 chain stitches. This is the foundation chain for a half double crochet. For a half double crochet, yarn over. Insert the hook into the stitch. Bring the yarn out of the stitch. There are 3 loops on the hook. Pull the yarn through all 3 loops. Pull through all 3 loops at once. A half double crochet is shorter than a double crochet, but taller than a single crochet. So you need to make 2 chain stitches as the foundation chain. Now remove the loop and make a single crochet. A single crochet only needs 1 chain stitch as the foundation chain. Make 1 chain stitch. Let's get back. This is 1 chain stitch. This is 2. 3. Can you see it clearly? 1, 2, 3, including the one on the hook. Crochet 7 in reverse. 4, 5, 6. 7. After crocheting 7 chain stitches, then crochet 5 single crochets in reverse. Reverse 2. This is the first reverse stitch. This is the second one. Then, insert the hook into the second reverse stitch. Pull the yarn through. Crochet in this direction. Here is another demo of single crochet. For a single crochet, bring the hook to the middle. Do not yarn over. Insert the hook into the stitch. Bring the yarn through with the hook. There are 2 loops on the hook. Pull the yarn through both loops. This is how to make a single crochet. Let's get back. Crochet 5 single crochets. This is 1 now. After finishing 1, we will mark it. Here is another demo of where to place a marker. When making single crochet, have double crochet and double crochet. They all form a V-shaped stitch when viewed from the side. The first stitch after the foundation chain is the first stitch of the round. If you can't find this stitch, place a marker after making the first stitch. Place a marker at the first stitch. Where to place the marker? Where to place the marker? The V-shaped stitch when viewed from the side. When crocheting, go through the entire V-shaped stitch. When placing the marker, also go through the entire V-shaped stitch. The V-shaped stitch when viewed from the side. Place the marker by going through the entire V-shaped stitch. Next time, use the first stitch. Insert at the marker position. This is how to find the first stitch and place a marker. You might wonder, after making the first stitch and forming the V-shape, there is actually another V-shape in front. Why is the first stitch the one with the marker, and not the previous V-shape? Before making the first single crochet, make a foundation chain first. The foundation chain is not counted in the total stitch count. The foundation chain and the slip stitch at the end of each round are not counted. At the end of each round, make a slip stitch. Then, for the second round, make a foundation chain. These 2 stitches are not counted. Start counting stitches from the first stitch after the foundation chain. So place the marker at the first stitch, and not at the V-shape from the slip stitch. Let's get back. Then move on to the second. The third. The fourth. The fifth. Then, crochet 3 single crochets into the last stitch. That is, crochet 3 single crochets into the same stitch. 1 single crochet. 2 single crochets. 3 single crochets. After crocheting 3 single crochets, pull it tight. Then crochet 5 single crochets on this side. Then, the position to insert the hook is in the middle of this stitch and that stitch. Insert the hook. To stitches, hide the yarn tail behind here. After crocheting 5 single crochets, then crochet 1 chain stitch. After crocheting the chain stitch, flip the piece. Flip it over from this side. You can now cut off the yarn tail. This is the long yarn tail. After flipping it over, there are 5 single crochets, 1 increased stitch. 5 single crochets, 3 increased stitches. Here is another demo of increase. In this video, I will teach you how to make an increase in single crochet. An increase in single crochet means making 1 single crochet, then adding another single crochet. It means adding 1 single crochet on the current basis. Making 2 stitches in 1 stitch is called an increase in single crochet. So how do you make an increase in single crochet? Normally, you make 1 stitch in 1 stitch. This is the regular way of crocheting. For an increase, you make 2 stitches in 1 stitch. This is called an increase. Making 2 single crochets in 1 stitch. This is an increase in single crochet. If it is an increase in double crochet, it means making 2 double crochets in 1 stitch. An increase means making 2 stitches in 1 stitch. Changing 1 stitch into 2 stitches. This is called an increase. Let me demonstrate again. Make 1 stitch in 1 stitch. Enter the same stitch again and make another stitch. This is called an increase. Making 2 stitches in 1 stitch is called an increase. 1 stitch in 1 stitch. This is the regular way of crocheting. Now we are making single crochet. 1 stitch in 1 stitch. Making 2 stitches in 1 stitch is called an increase. Let's get back. Let's first crochet 5 single crochets. Insert the hook at the first stitch position. T 3 5 5SC done. Now crochet 3 increased stitches. For 3 increased stitches, crochet 3 sets of 2 stitches into 1 stitch. 3 increased stitches. Crochet 1 single crochet in 1 stitch, then crochet another single crochet into the same stitch. This is 1 increased stitch. Then crochet 3 increased stitches. 1 stitch. Then another stitch into the same stitch. This is 2 increased stitches. Then crochet 1 more stitch. Crochet 2 single crochets into the same stitch. This is 3 increased stitches. 1, 2, 3. Now crochet 5 single crochets. Four. This is the position of the first stitch. Five single crochets. Then 1 chain stitch. After 1 chain stitch, then flip the piece. After flipping, crochet 5 single crochets. Just crochet 5 single crochets in a row. 1, 3, 4, 5 single crochets. Then crochet 3 sets. 1 single crochet, 1 increase stitch. Crochet 3 sets like this. 1 single crochet, 1 increase stitch. An increase means crocheting 2 stitches into the same stitch. This forms 1 set. Then crochet 3 sets. 1 set, 1 single crochet. Here's 1 increase stitch. 2 sets. 1 single crochet. 1 increase stitch. 3 sets completed. After finishing 3 sets, next, crochet 5 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 single crochets. Then, crochet 1 chain stitch. After 1 chain stitch, flip the piece. After flipping, crochet 5 chain stitches. Then, in 3 sets, there are 2 stitches, 2 single crochets, 1 increase stitch. Form 3 sets like this. Then, crochet 5 single crochets. Now, let's first crochet 5 single crochets. 3, 4, 5 single crochets. Then, crochet 2 single crochets, 1 increase stitch. Crochet 3 sets. 2 single crochets. 2. This makes 2 single crochets. Then crochet 1 increase stitch. An increase means crocheting 2 stitches into the same stitch. This forms 1 set. Then crochet 2 more sets. 1, 2. Then crochet 1 increase stitch. Turn the yarn. This is 2 sets completed. Now crochet the 3rd set. 2 single crochets. One single crochet. 2 single crochets. 1 increase stitch. After finishing 3 sets, these are 5 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 single crochets. Then these. Then crochet 1 chain stitch. After the chain stitch, crochet 5 double crochets in this position. Crochet 5 double crochets in this position. A double crochet is when you wrap the yarn around the hook once. Then insert the hook. Pull the yarn through. Then yarn over twice. 1, 2. This is a double crochet. Then, crochet 5 double crochets. Crochet 5 double crochets in the same stitch. Pull through. Crochet 2. 5 double crochets are done. After it, then make a slip stitch in this position. Here is another demo of increase. In this video, I will teach you how to make an increase in single crochet. An increase in single crochet means making one single crochet, then adding another single crochet. It means adding one single crochet on the current basis. Making 2 stitches in one stitch is called an increase in single crochet. So how do you make an increase in single crochet? Normally, you make 1 stitch in 1 stitch. This is the regular way of crocheting. For an increase, you make 2 stitches in 1 stitch. This is called an increase. Making 2 single crochets in 1 stitch. This is an increase in single crochet. If it is an increase in double crochet, it means making 2 double crochets in 1 stitch. An increase means making 2 stitches in 1 stitch. Changing 1 stitch into 2 stitches. This is called an increase. Let me demonstrate again. Make 1 stitch in 1 stitch. Enter the same stitch again and make another stitch. This is called an increase. Making 2 stitches in 1 stitch is called an increase. 1 stitch in 1 stitch. This is the regular way of crocheting. Now we are making single crochet. 1 stitch in 1 stitch. Making 2 stitches in 1 stitch is called an increase. Let's get back. Making the slip stitch here. After making the slip stitch, make 1 chain stitch, then crochet 5 double crochets. Turn the yarn. T. Four. After crocheting 5 double crochets, then crochet a slip stitch in this position, at the seam where they are joined. Then crochet 1 chain stitch. Then crochet 5 double crochets. Wrap the yarn around. Pull the yarn through. 1, 2, 3, 5 double crochets done. Then, crochet a slip stitch along this edge. Then cut the yarn. Pull the yarn out. This is a bit pointed. Then pull it tight. Pull it tight. Then, along the position of this stitch, follow the stitch position. Pull the yarn through a few more times. Hide the yarn tail. Hide the yarn tail. After hiding it, cut the yarn. Cut the yarn tail. The petal is finished. The tulip petal is finished. Now let's start crocheting the flower stem. After crocheting the flower stem, then assemble it with the petal. First, place the petal. This is the front. This is the back. Flip the flower stem over. Then bring the yarn over. Find the middle position. After bringing the two yarns over, tie them together. Do not tie the first round too tight. For the second round, tie it tightly. Then cut the yarn. The tulip is assembled. Now, take the excess yarn tail and glue it down. Glue the yarn tail in place. This way, it will not easily come undone. Then, the tulip is assembled.